My name is Lynden Harris. I'm an Episcopal priest. I was the priest in charge of St. Paul's Chapel right across the street from the World Trade Center after 9/11 and ran a rescue operation there for about 9 months, in which we learned a lot of things, one of which was the importance of forgiveness. And after that, I started a nonprofit called the Gardens of Forgiveness. Asking for forgiveness means also that we as humans need to ask Mother Earth her forgiveness of us for all the ways we have taken advantage of her. And the case in point today, the proliferation of genetically modified organisms that's causing damage. What's a GMO, genetically modified organism? It means something that has been modified on the genetic level. This is a new thing. It opens up the door for the cross-pollination of animals with plant life. And it's really kind of scary to think about all the possibilities out there for scientists to experiment. It's one thing, however, to experiment, but quite another thing to introduce genetically modified organisms into the food supply without giving it due lab testing. In the Episcopal Church, at its recent General Convention this summer, they produced a statement that calls upon the wider church to seriously study genetically modified organisms and to be aware of the possible negative side effects from that. It stops short of coming out as a statement against genetically modified organisms, but it's a very clear flag that there is potential danger and that it warrants much more research than has been dedicated to it. The Global Anglican Communion has come out against genetically modified organisms. The Archbishop of Canterbury, Rowan Williams, who is the spiritual leader of the Anglican Communion, of which the Episcopal Church is a part, has issued his own concerns and statements about the dangers of genetically modified organisms. In fact, on Church of England property in the UK, it's illegal to plant a genetically modified organism on the property. If you like GMOs, fine. Labeling them doesn't mean that you can't get them. It just means you have easier access to get them. We have a right to know what we're buying. And if the science, as it indicates, is true, there are serious health risks for consuming genetically modified organisms. And I am very concerned about it. I personally avoid buying GMOs. I am diligent and vigilant about making my concerns known to other people, especially people who are having illnesses and disease. I have a concern about the proliferation of genetically modified organisms in our food supply in this country. As I understand it, there are about 70 to 80% of what we buy at the local grocery store. I think it's vital that we know what we're purchasing. We have a right to know. I am encouraging that all involved work to have GMOs labeled, Proposition 37 in the state of California, so that we know what we're purchasing, so that we know what we're ingesting. We have a right to know. We have a right to have healthy, wholesome, nutritious food, and this is vital on so many levels.